I'm Brickroad. Welcome back to Let's Play Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. And when we last left off, we were in the closet. You know, we were in the spice cupboard, as you do. With a glowing sword. Actually, we needed the glowing sword to get into the spice cupboard. We couldn't get in there without it. And we found a new chapter page. The Lurking Horror.
I will not argue that I was shocked by the sudden mention of one of my ancestors, the distinguished Dr. Maximilian Roivas. It chilled me to my bones.
I like how he kind of overpronounces his own name
How had my
as he's introducing Max. Roivas. Like, it's not... It's supposed to be Roivas, I think.
Eager to learn his story. It seems
So this is the first actual chapter of the game that takes place in the mansion.
Alone since the death of his wife,
But it takes
and
place
since his children had their own
during
adult lives.
colonial
He
times,
explored
during
the house to discover his early roots.
just before the American Revolution. Apparently there is a big plantation on Rhode Island owned by the Roivas family.
It has
And
been 2 weeks since the
Maximilian, the thing you need to understand about Maximilian is
finally come to me to look
he's
over.
perfectly stable. No
I am truly
no madness, no insecurity, no mental instability whatsoever. This man,
I intend
ladies
to
and
make
gentlemen,
selection mine,
is a rock.
as my forefathers
If
had.
anybody in this game
Family tradition.
has their shiz together,
The
it's
mansion
Maximilian
must
Roivas, as we will come to appreciate.
I have to make them.
Max is one of my favorite chapters in the game. I really like the setting, I really like the character. It's kind of one of the shorter chapters, but he has an interesting ability that no other character in the game has, in no other chapter, that we're not going to actually be able to do. Because I started this game from a clear save. Oh, let's go over his inventory here. We've got his medical journal here. We can use this to take notes on medical and pathological analyses. And that's kind of Maximilian's special gameplay feature, is we have this, where's it at? This menu here, which allows you to replay all these game movies, has an autopsy page. And Maximilian, in addition to being able to finish off monsters when he kills them, he can autopsy them and add them to this journal. And this is a really interesting gameplay feature for a couple reasons. For one, you can't get all these monsters in one chapter. For example, I think in this version of Maximilian, since we've chosen Zelatoth, we're only going to encounter the Zelatoth zombie, the Zelatoth bone thief, the Zelatoth horror, and so on. Actually, no, I think we're going to see a Chaturga horror as well at some point. I also really like the music in this chapter. I don't like how this corner is empty. That's not going to make sense for a few minutes, but the locked door to the servants' quarters is securely locked. Maximilian, however, can't help but feel uneasy. An ominous presence lurks behind that door, making the hairs on his neck stand on end. Which is very uncomfortable when wearing a powdered wig and ponytail. Gonna come into the bathroom, pick up some flintlock pistol ammunition. A state-of-the-art interior outhouse! Polished teak and mahogany finish, it is truly a sight to behold and experience. An experience for the buttocks. Bricker, don't say buttocks. Oh my goodness, why would I? So yeah, we're just going to run around and kind of loot stuff at the start of the chapter before all the enemies set in. We have a cluttered desk here. Is this the room we started? This is the room we started in. We're already in here. Nothing else needs to happen in there. So you start collecting these autopsies in Max's chapter, and kind of at first it's there's more. Make sure you pick up the flintlock ammunition. We want to move on without that. In his chapters, he just kind of references it with notes. You're like, he just adds like a little sketch of the monsters and some notes on maybe how to kill them or whatever. And it's really kind of a neat little feature. Let's go ahead and read this letter. Letter number 1. A letter written with some precision in longhand. Dear friend, the antiquity of which you ask is indeed the Tome of Eternal Darkness, or a copy of it at least. Its secrets are still hidden from me, for I have been unable to read it, as have most scholars who have tried. It will remain within the sanctity of the mansion, for in the wrong hands it would be a powerful weapon. Peruse it if you will, but beware its magic. It is a harsh mistress. Aaron Roybass. Aaron being, Maximilian's father, I believe, who just died and left him the mansion. So here we have the area codex. Not the rune, remember, just the codex. But that's going to tell us what the... can I get around you, please? Thank you. I gotta go check my other bathroom for bullets. Are there bullets in here? There are indeed. We need all the bullets we can get. Because if you recall, we need the codex to tell us what the rune is. We don't actually need the codex to be able to use the rune, however. Alright, let's head downstairs. Apparently Maximilian has not been downstairs before. Many of the secrets of the mansion are downstairs, and he has not yet unlocked them. Ooh, what have we here? Letter number 2. A letter scrawled by a panicked hand with clotted ink. Dear friend, the house has been forsaken by the ancients. I dare not enter it for fear of my mortal soul. I would suggest that you leave also. Bring the book. It is a far more potent tool than you have learned, and may well swing the balance in our favor. A. Royvass. Because I'm such a stable individual, I'm just going to go ahead and equip my gun. And we'll just walk around the house. Scrub faster, Robert! Yeah, he's probably correct to walk away from me there. That wasn't a very nice thing to do. So we haven't yet built the library. That's not yet. We have this bizarre glowing triangle. Oop, more bullets. Don't want to leave bullets laying out. We won't want these servants to get their hands on bullets. Also, why are they scrubbing the floors late at night? The wall is decorated with a colored yeah, I just said that. And what we now know is the color and the sigil of Xelatoth. The illustration features a collection of strange line designs related to each other in a cyclical manner. There appears to be some significance to it, but it isn't particularly evident. We've seen this picture before, though not quite as well lit. It's the picture in the dining room in Alex's time. And it's just showing the various, the strength and weakness chart of the various ancient ones. Also, an oil painting of the mansion's foyer hangs on the wall. Max wonders why the artist would paint an inaccurate picture of one end of the room with such detail and clarity that it approaches realism. For there is a door in the painting, where in reality there's only a glowing magical codex on the wall. This is where some of the puzzle-solving elements of the magic system of Eternal Darkness are going to come into play in this chapter. Speaking of magical codex, here's another one. This is the Chaturga Codex. Haha. That's the last of our aligned runes, and I explained during Kareem's chapter why it's a little harder if you pick Xelatoth, because you don't get Chaturga until the end. Is that a thing up there? No, just some light glinting off the mantelpiece in a strange way. Oh, more bullets. As far as I can tell, there's not... Oh, yeah, there's a servant's room upstairs. It was locked. I was going to say, there's not really like a servant's quarters. I guess all 318 of Maximilian's maids and butlers and whatnot all have to sleep in the same little room on the second floor. Dude, the window's clean, buddy. You got it. You got it! No, I'm not going to shoot him. You can shoot him and kill him, and it makes you lose sanity if you do that. There's something written beneath the image. When darkness spreads its wings before my master Xelatoth's greatest foe, the path to truth will be opened. And it's just making absolutely sure you know that red beats green. Although, the solution to that puzzle is a little bit inaccurate, because we will find out, in reality... Oh, sword. We want a sword. Thank you. In reality, Chaturga is not Xelatoth's greatest foe. A curled scroll of aged parchment sits atop a stack of dusty books. It's covered with strange diagrams and writing. The Reveal Invisible spell. Alright, so we have a new spell. We don't yet have the runes with which to create that spell. But rather than walk through the halls of eternal darkness, picking up the book just summons a horror into the mansion, a Zelotov horror. As Max lifts the tome of eternal darkness, a letter slips out from between the pages. Deftly, Max catches it as it drops toward the floor. Which I don't believe for a second, because Max he's out of shape. Like, you can already see he just kind of bumbles around when he's dashing. Oh, there's a gun. There's a sword and a gun in this room. We need both of these. The gun is particularly important for Max because as a flintlock pistol, each one is only single shot. So he's got to carry 2 of them around. Let's go ahead and read this letter. A letter scrawled almost indecipherably by a wavering hand. Dear friend, as I suspected, the ruins of Enga, that blasted necropolis, lie deep under the site of the mansion. The accursed servants of Zelotov are so close I can almost hear their chittering. There's a secret opening in the basement, and from there we can gain access. I urge you to gather some men and seal it, or better still, destroy that damned place. I've stowed something that you will find useful on the upper level. Look to the light and you will find it. I wish that I could be at your side, but my ailment worsens daily, and I know that my time is short. AR. I wonder what AR stands for. That's the one thing that the game never actually explains. We don't actually ever find out what AR stands for. It is a mystery. Let's get out of here. That's a bookshelf, Max. Get away from the bookshelf. Oh, that's right. We came in through a fireplace. Uh-oh. That's the hissing, the telltale hissing of a bone thief. Uh-oh. He's gonna get me. No, I got him on the ground. Oh, my goodness. I was trying to hit it. Well, you can't hit him in the head because they don't have heads, but... Yep, if the servants come at you with death in their eyes, making a hissing sound, it's because a bone thief lies therein. Alright, so we're going to very deftly handle this horror. It's going to stomp, and when it stomps... Oh, that's a bone thief. That's not good. We can just kind of kite her around, I think, for now. Actually, I think when the horror stomps, she'll die. If he stomps. You gonna stomp, buddy? You gonna help me out? No? Okay, then we're going to do this. Okay. Oh, okay, so... Yeah, when the Zelotov Horror's laser gets you, it inverts your controls for a minute. Just long enough to be very obnoxious, and long enough that I wasn't able to finish off that bone thief, unfortunately. But I can shoot this... Oh, I got too close to it. I thought he was further away than that. Here, take a shot to the head. You know what? He's going to stomp. No? Take another shot. There you go. Now we got to wait for him to stomp, because otherwise we can't reload. Max can't just throw a clip in his gun. It takes him a few seconds to reload, because he's got to stuff the ball in powder and wadding and whatnot. We're going to wait for him to stomp. That'll send out the shockwave. Maybe. He's not being very cooperative today. As soon as I start reloading, he's going to stomp, I'll bet. No? Okay, we're going to... Get out of there! Get out of there, Max! Alright, get him in the head. There you go. One more. Ooh, he's still alive. Alright, while he's showing off, I'm going to very quickly... Ow! Ow! Okay, we got him. Now we need to equip the saber, make sure we finish him off, because our sanity is in very bad shape. So there is the absorb rune, which, we get absorb? No, we got area, the Redgamore rune, which now we can cast reveal invisible, but if we were not playing on a clear save, the game would give us an option to autopsy this horror, rather than just kill it like that. But, as you can see, we already have, because this is a clear save, I have all of the autopsies already done. But we'll check some of those out a little later. Now we gotta go back upstairs, because there is a thing there that was not there before. Although I guess the letter is pointing us the direction. It says look to the light. All we need to do is round the corner here. Uh-oh. Well, can I get my head, please? This is deeply unsettling. Put that back on, Max. My goodness. Alright, we're going to... Now that we've found the letter telling us to look to the light, there's actually a thing hidden back in this corner that we need. Max spies an envelope that has fallen behind the pedestal that wasn't there 10 minutes ago. Fallen, perhaps, or been hidden there. Despite his excitement about the discovery, Max senses something odd about it. A sense of evil. Should Max retrieve the sealed envelope? Yes, he should. Absolutely. Uh-oh. Bone thief time. Come on, buddy. No, get off. Get off, sucker. Oh, come here. Come here. Please die. Alright, we got him. Good old jump scares from behind the window. Oh, I'm limping now. It hurts. Let's open up this envelope. A paper envelope, sealed with a glob of melted wax. An odd rune is pressed into the wax. There appears to be something heavy inside. And that is the color and sigil of Ulyaoth, which has some significance, I'm sure. Inside the envelope is a letter addressed to one of Max's father's aides. And Max has found the basement key. Shoutouts to Jordy Bear for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.